Am I the asshole for setting a glitter trap to catch my mother-in-law trying to snoop? For some weird reason my Mill really wants to go into our bedroom whenever she comes over. On one occasion I followed her as she went upstairs. I was going to get something for my child as the bedrooms are upstairs, and she walked past the bathroom on the main floor and up the stairs behind it. She didn't hear me and I caught her walking straight into my room and rifling through bills on my dresser. She denied snooping, even though I'd just watched her do it, and said she was just going to use our bathroom because she couldn't find the other ones. She walked right past the one on the main floor and another one in the upstairs hallway to go into our bedroom. Since that happened, I installed an exterior doorknob that requires a key on our bedroom door and one on the door to our office, spare bedroom. However, she's still always forgetting where the bathroom is and trying the bedroom and office door. This really ticks me off. My husband says that I just get annoyed at this because everything she does drives me crazy, and since we've put locks on the rooms we don't want her in, there isn't really a problem anymore. Well, over the holidays we had my in-laws over for dinner, and before they came I was searching for the bedroom keys. We hadn't used them in a while since we only lock the doors when Mill comes over. My husband told me we didn't need to lock the doors since she wouldn't try to get into the rooms, and I insisted that she would because she loves to snoop. We went back and forth and decided to cover the doorknobs in superfine glitter to see if she tried them. I did this once before when husband didn't believe me about the snooping to prove she'd been in the rooms. Last time she ignored the glitter and we didn't say anything about it, but then my husband couldn't deny that she'd tried to snoop. So this time I covered the knobs in glitter and for the office went a touch further and rigged a little folder of glitter over the door to the office before the in-laws came over. I left it one side unlocked, French doors, and it was set so if you walked in the room you would get covered in glitter. Husband goes out of his way to show his mom the main floor bathroom when they got here and specifically asks his parents and sister not to go upstairs. There's a baby gate so the kids can't get upstairs either. Well, guess who had to go to the bathroom and got covered in glitter and had it all over their hands and hair? She completely lost it and started screaming at me, so I yelled back, and now my husband is saying I went too far and I'm the asshole. Mill also says I'm the asshole, but Sil says I didn't do anything wrong and Mill deserved it for snooping. Phil is Switzerland. Apparently her car is ruined now too because it's covered in glitter that she can't get cleaned up. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your Mill is an issue, but the fact that your husband refuses to set and enforce boundaries with her is actually the larger issue here. Absolutely not the asshole that is hysterical. You are my goddamn hero, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. Not the asshole. I had a good laugh at this. I feel like you did a good job leading up to this and were incredibly patient with a boundary-stomping Mill. My petty ass doesn't see this as your fault. I mean, sure, we know you set a trap for her. But she had been explicitly told time and time again to not go into those rooms. I mean, how were you really supposed to know she would ruin your nice and neat glitter envelope that you worked so hard on and accidentally left on the door of the office? The way I see it, she owes you an apology because her recklessness got glitter all over your floors, and you now have to refill your special glitter envelope. In case I'm not clear. Edit spelling mistakes. Grammar. I wrote this at like 2 a.m. Not the asshole. Why is your husband okay with his mother walking all over your boundaries? Also, the getting caught with glitter on her hands is hilarious, but it's going to be hard to clean up, for you. My 7-year-old overheard me reading this to my sister. She accidentally swore in front of me, and sobbed afterward, saying, "No way. She is not the asshole." I didn't even get mad about the accidental swearing. You are not the asshole. Not the asshole. Pretty self-evident who's the asshole here, and it ain't you. Your ML sounds nuts, and your hubby needs his head examined. Bravo on the sting-op though. Well played. Not the asshole, but you missed out on the perfect opportunity to spread disinformation. Make up fun documents to leave, hidden, on your desk about how you're helping the UN with a crisis, or leave out fake letters from heads of state or whoever her favorite famous person is. If she's gonna snoop, have fun with it. Not the asshole, but you have a husband problem as well as a Mill problem. Your husband wants to rug sweep his mom's snooping, and I'd bet actual money he hid or threw away the keys to the locks just so you couldn't lock his precious mommy out of your rooms. Am I the asshole for not saving dinner for my girlfriend and causing her to go to bed hungry? I am 28, have been with my girlfriend F29 for 14 months. We're struggling with money issues right now, with me being the sole income earner. My girlfriend used to eat restaurant food either by going out or ordering takeout, but ever since she lost her job she couldn't do it anymore. I cook twice a week and keep leftovers for busy days since my job is physically demanding and time-consuming. My girlfriend eats my cooking but hates eating leftovers. In the past she'd eat out while I eat the leftovers, but now since money is tight, eating out is no longer affordable. My girlfriend hates that and she's lost weight since she'd rather go hungry than eat leftovers. Don't know why she feels so strongly about it. On to the conflict. Last night I came home late from work and started reheating leftovers for dinners. My girlfriend came into the kitchen asking if I was cooking, but I said no since I already have leftovers ready to eat. She got upset and said that we should really limit eating leftovers and just leave this type of food for hobos and broke college students. I just shrugged and she left the kitchen in a hurry. She came back after I got done eating and looked at me asking where was her dinner plate. I said I didn't save her any food because I assumed since it's leftovers then she wouldn't want to eat it. She had a full-on tantrum about how selfish and inconsiderate I was not to save her some food and that she would be going to bed hungry because of me, assuming shit. I had an argument with her in which I said that she was acting childish and she looked shocked. I spoke to her this way and yelled that I did this deliberately to prove a point and that I should have cooked in the first place to avoid having her eat leftovers, but now even leftovers are gone and she was hungry. She ended up going to bed hungry and cold-shouldered me for hours because of it. NTA keep the leftover, ditch the GF. She is a grown-up that can feel herself. Not the asshole. First of all, leftovers are for hobos and broke college students? No, most people eat leftovers. Leftovers are for people who don't want to waste food and or don't want to cook every day. Also, does she need reminded that she is a, unemployed and b, struggling financially? But leftovers are somehow beneath her? What? Second of all, after her leftover rant, why on earth would you think she would possibly want to eat them? Third of all, if she's unemployed, what does she do all day? Why isn't she cooking? Why can't she cook for herself if she doesn't like leftovers? Why is it you cook or she starves? This is next level entitled brat behavior. Not the asshole. And I'm surprised her employment status hasn't given her a reality check. ETA. I grew up pretty damn poor early in life. There were times food stamps, yes I'm dating myself, was the only thing that got us through. And my mom worked wonders with leftovers. And her message to me when I wasn't particularly excited about whatever was left over was, when you get hungry enough, you won't complain about what's in the fridge. And she was right. Info: since she's unemployed, is she home all day? If so, since she likes freshly cooked food, why doesn't she cook? Is she incapable of cooking? She's the She can cook her own damn food, and if she's this childish over something as asinine as leftovers and having to cook for herself, that does not bode well for you long term. Not the asshole. She's not contributing money to the bank, so she can't complain about the circumstances you guys are in. Once she's contributing, she can spend her own money on takeout. I don't see why she couldn't have cooked for herself, since she knew you were eating the leftovers. Any reason why she lost her job? Not the asshole. Is she a child or a grown adult? She can go get a job and provide for herself, not your responsibility. NTA. Sounds to me like your girlfriend needs to get a job, a cookbook, and an attitude adjustment ASAP. Am I the asshole for making my daughter get up at 3 a.m.? I, M43, and my wife Greta, F45, have 4 children. Kara, F18, Sean, M6, and a set of twins Charlotte and Austin, 4. Charlotte and Austin have always been horrible sleepers. I won't go into all the things we've tried to get them sleeping well, but for now, I'm thrilled if they sleep in their beds at least 3 hours without coming into our room. Kara and the twins sleep down one end of the house while Sean and my wife, I's bedroom is down the other end of the room. The only reason we don't have the twins down our end is that the room only fits one bed in it, and neither child wants to sleep on a top bunk. I tried it once, Charlotte woke up screaming, terrified in the middle of the night, and then Austin refused to even go near the bed. The room will also not fit a double bed and the twins' dressers toys in their room. For whatever reason, Kara has begun having night terrors and waking up screaming, which in turn wakes up the kids. I wanted to take her phone, but my wife said, no. Instead, I threatened Kara that if she woke up the kids again she'd be the one putting them in their beds and sitting with them until they were settled again. Not us. Last night was the worst, and instead of screaming once, Kara was yelling out until I had raced all the way down the house and flew her door open, turning her light on. The twins were already crying in their room, so I made Kara get up, show them she was fine, and told her to stay in their room until they were asleep and went back to my own bed. This morning Kara has tried to sleep and was still trying to sneak back to bed and sleep at 11 a.m. and when my wife asked why she was so tired, I told her and told Kara that this will continue to happen every time she ruins the twins' sleep for no reason. She has no trauma, no reason to have nightmares, and has even told me that, I know I'm dreaming, but I can't make myself wake up, but I can make myself scream to wake up, so that tells me it's intentional. My wife feels I oughta, but I think she's just too soft on Kara, and I'm doing this for her. I'm doing this because she deserves her sleep and not to be woken up because an adult cannot control herself. Versus when our kids wake up due to nightmares, bedwetting, etc. So, am I the asshole? You are the asshole. Your daughter has developed a sleep disorder and you're punishing her for it. Get help for your daughter and take a long hard look in the mirror. You're being needlessly cruel and the anti-parent. Wow, you are the asshole, absolutely and without question. And your assertion that she has no trauma is baseless. At 18 I promise you she has a whole life of experiences that you know sweet fuck all about, and I'm sure some of them aren't good ones. You have a child with a sleep issue, and instead of having compassion about it and trying to seek treatment, you're just pissed at being inconvenienced and make her go and settle the little ones. She's not having night terrors on purpose. Put your head on straight, because right now you're sucking at this parenting thing. The fact that you think it's okay to punish your daughter for having night terrors tells me she has, in fact, likely been through some emotional trauma. Probably caused by you. You wanted to take a teenager's phone away for having dreams she can't control. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? Gigantic, you are the asshole. Seriously. What the fuck is going on inside your head? You are the asshole. Instead of helping your daughter deal with her night terrors by getting her help, you decided to punish her? Yes, you are the asshole. I didn't get it. Why can't you switch rooms with Kara, so that you're close to the twins? And the caring step would be to find a therapist for your daughter or a sleep specialist. You are the asshole. You're a shitty father. Your oldest daughter has a sleep disorder, and instead of getting her help, you're punishing her and making her take care of your kids. Get over yourself. Saying she doesn't have trauma or anything wrong doesn't mean she can't develop a disorder. You're a shitty parent and your wife is 100% correct. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. Kara has a sleep disorder that she can't control. You should be getting her into a doctor instead of punishing her. And the twins are your kids, not hers. They are your and your wife's responsibility to take care of, regardless of what has happened or what woke them up. Your twins are controlling you with the games they're playing when it's time to go to sleep. Am I the asshole for showing someone my wedding ring when they asked if I'm a single mother? I was doing some grocery shopping with my two kids, 3 and 4.5, today. Usually we all shop together, but my husband was at work all day and I wanted to get to the digital deals and week ad sales the first day of the store week while they were still well stocked. Kroger, fries. Something doesn't scan right in self-checkout, so an attendant comes to help. She first gives my kids some stickers, which they were super thankful for, then she begins to see what the problem was. She stops and smiles comfortingly at me. Shopping can be hard as a single mom, can't it? I was taken aback, as we usually shop as a family with my husband and I never receive questions like this. I laughed uncomfortably and said, "Oh, no, I'm not a single mother," and showed her my rings. My husband crafted a beautiful engagement ring for me with diamonds his father gifted him when he was younger. We had a very small courthouse wedding where he gave me a small diamond wedding band. Together they're very beautiful and I treasure them. But as soon as I showed the attendant, she made an awful, offended face and said, "Okay, wow, you're the winner for most disrespectful shopper today." And she literally left. I was like, "What?" So I pressed, "Request attendant," on the checkout touchscreen and a young man came to help me. He asked me why his supervisor left in such a hurry. I told him she asked if I was a single mother and I said no and showed her my wedding ring. He laughed and said that's ridiculous. I agreed. I saw her talking to other employees as I was walking out of the store and heard one of them say, "Bitch," while looking my way. I then felt very bad about the whole thing. So, am I the asshole for showing someone my wedding ring when they assumed I was a single mother? Edit. Holy cow, I didn't expect to get this many responses. Just checked Reddit and there's a lot I've read through. Thank y'all so much, really. It's been as insightful and helpful read. To provide context and answer some questions I saw in the comments. Some asked if I'm young and she may have assumed I was a single teen mom situation. I'm 25, married my husband at 19, had our first kid when I was 20. I am a Som, homeschool my kids, bae in education. My husband works a lot outside of our home. Family is the most important thing to us, so generally if we are able to spend off time together, then we do. Many people are asking about race. I'm white and blonde, and my husband is Italian. Our kids have his darker olive skin and brown hair. As far as shopping all together goes, I know it's less common, but we really like shopping together. We go twice a week, usually later in the day after my husband is off work, and everyone is able to have their input as to what to buy, what meals to plan for, etc. It's fun to us. Fry's Kroger near us is never really busy, well kept, well stocked, usually well managed. It's an overall pleasant family outing to us. Our kids are well behaved in stores, as they're used to it being a nice outing for us, and we usually go to the park after, so they're happy looking forward to that. Some people wondered if it may have looked like I gave her the middle finger. I really don't think it could have looked like that at all. I held my hand out with my palm facing downward parallel to the floor, fingers slightly splayed out, about at my chest height. Nowhere near her face, I did not jam my hand in her face. Others wondered if my tone could have been bitchy. I really hope not. I live by the rule to treat others how you'd wish to be treated. Some people say I have a preschool teacher voice, like calm and perky. On top of that, I had my 2 young kids inches away from me, and would never set a poor example like that by speaking unkindly to another person. Lastly, the majority want me to contact management, file a complaint, report her, etc. While it was bizarre and embarrassing and felt very degrading, I'm still not sure if I'm going to report her. I would feel awful if she lost her job or was demoted to a lower salary because of it. Working retail isn't exactly a cushiony position. If anyone should be reported, it'd be the girl for her bitch comment. Now that's inexcusable, regardless of context. Still, I'm undecided on reporting anyone. If there's something else you'd like answered for context, then please message me. I use the Reddit mobile app, and looking through comment notifications when there's so many like this is difficult. Second edit. A lot are suggesting my ring must be large, and it was perceived as tacky and offensive to show it to someone. The engagement ring is a white gold triston setting with a large pear diamond in the middle and 2 on the side. The diamonds gifted to my husband by his father. The wedding band is a slim white gold band with 10 small diamonds across the top. I really do treasure it daily. I've had my GP, OBGYN, and some labor, maternity nurses comment on it, but next to my own mother, Mill, and Phil, I've never really had anyone comment on it. This is actually the first time I've ever held it out to show someone I'm married. It did feel awkward, but also instinctual, like many other married commenters said. Third edit. Some people are saying that Italians are white. Well, some are lighter, some are more tan, with more or less features associated with what an average person would think of when imagining an Italian man. My husband is pretty much a carbon copy of his father, who is full Italian and immigrated from Italy. My husband is quite tan, dark brown hair, very Italian facial features, but he is often mistaken as being Latino, Mexican. My own mother asked him if he spoke Spanish when she met him. Lol. I, however, am super pale white and blonde, specifically a mix of English, Irish, French, German, Scottish, according to my mother. Final edit. I have time to write this out now with my kids in bed. I thought about it a lot and took all of your advice seriously. I may feel guilty about it, but it's likely that she at least needs a reality check on appropriate things to say to shoppers and how to react professionally when personally offended by a shopper, as many of you are certain this is not her first time offending someone. I also agree with some of you who said the other girl who called me a bitch was likely trying to be on the good side of her supervisor, but she most certainly also needs a reality check from their manager. So I did call the specific store and asked to speak to a manager to file a complaint. I did not know either of their names and would have left that information out anyway, but after giving details of the time I was checking out and what happened, the manager told me another employee had already reported the incident to him. Based on what he said, I believe it was the young man who helped me who reported it. Good on him. Thankfully, he said neither employee would be fired, but they did receive a good talking to about interacting appropriately with shoppers. He offered me a 20% coupon, but I denied it politely, saying we would surely shop there regularly still, as it is our favorite grocery store in our area. He apologized again and asked me to please see a manager straight away and a lot of other stuff about their store policies and whatnot. I thanked him and wished him a happy new year. Not the asshole. I am struggling to see what you did wrong here. Well, in fact I can't see. Maybe she thought it was some kind of humble brag? But that doesn't really work because your actions were a direct consequence of her making assumptions. Bit confused, to be honest. Anyway, don't feel bad. Not the asshole. I would report this to her boss. The remark was so upsetting for you that you have to come here and ask if that shouldn't happen. Not the asshole. Wow. You should report her to management. Her behavior is shocking. Firstly, why on earth would she assume you are single? I'm a dad, and sometimes we all shop together. Sometimes just my wife and kids. Sometimes just me and the kids. Secondly, her reaction makes no sense. What you did is in no way disrespectful. Not the asshole. Report her to her boss. That was unprofessional of her. Not the asshole. Her assumption was strange to say the least. Since when are single mums the only ones who shop with their kids? You're not rude for simply correcting her, and when there is a misunderstanding it's normal to use some prop or signal to help clarify what you're saying. E.g., when a neighbor thought our news was that we were getting a dog, I touched my belly when saying, "No, a baby. I wouldn't have done that if I was just saying I was pregnant." What you did was normal. Her behavior was not, and I can't understand why she would be so offended. NTA. That's the oddest interaction from the checkout lady. Not the asshole. I'm willing to bet the worker isn't faring too well in the dating pool and got her feelings hurt. Not the asshole. You did absolutely nothing wrong. She made the inappropriate comment about you being a single mother and then you showed her your ring. What would she expected? You lean your head to one side with a sad expression? You did what a normal person would do. Show her the ring. I would do the same. Maybe she was jealous of a beautiful ring. Who knows? Or maybe she isn't a nice person at all.